You were the mayor when we hosted the Vancouver 2010, and you see this venue building up. So now it's 11 years past. So what kind of the benefit actually the city has gained?
We were awarded the rights to build this building in about 2004, and for the next 4 or 5 years we were very much consumed with the planning, the design, and the construction of this building. And what we did is we said we do not want a white elephant on our hands. This would be a city facility. We got money from different sources, including VANOC and the government, to build it. So we said we want to take a look out 60, 80 years, the entire life of the building. What do we want to do with it? And we wanted a multi-sport, multifaceted building which could host everything from community recreation all the way to international high-level gold star tournaments. And so that's what we wanted. But then within the first 5 years of that, then we were fitting in the Olympic Games into that experience. The Olympics in general has been a real boon to the city of Richmond in terms of its legacy. For instance, the Canada Line, that was built. It wasn't an Olympic project, but the Olympics supported that project. They wanted to go from downtown Vancouver to the airport and out to Richmond. And so we benefited. And that kind of a project will change the city because it enables development, transit-oriented development to take place all around it. We have the Richmond Olympic Oval. Obviously, it's a huge legacy for us. Prior to COVID, it had about 7,000 members. About 80% of them were Richmond residents. And we feature dozens of different sports. We have 40 or 50 major tournaments here in every year, plus just the daily activity of a very intense sort. So those are the Canada Line, the Richmond Olympic Oval are two legacies from the Games. We also decided that we wanted to be not just a city with a venue, we wanted to be a true venue city.
Yeah, to benefit everyone, not just...
Exactly.
Yeah.
We wanted to benefit everybody. So we wanted everybody to be able to participate in the Games without having to pay money out of their pocket. I mean, of course, we could get tickets for the various sports events, but aside from that, we wanted to be able to host people from all over the region, all over the province, all over the country, right here in Richmond. Prior to the Games, we had something like 300 international media coming here to this building to highlight what we had done. And NBC Sports called this the crown jewel of the Olympic Games. Now that message, it's just one message, but it goes out all over the world.
Yes.
And so we had people showing an interest in our city that didn't even know we existed before that. So from the point of view of participation, from the point of view of education, from the point of view of recreation, from the point of view of international exposure and opportunities in the business world, in all the other types of arenas, we have more participation, people have a higher level of awareness, and it's Richmond itself that benefits from that. So it was a large investment by us in the city of Richmond, and we gained legacy like no other. After the Games, the Olympics, they leave the name Olympic on one building and allow one building to show the rings in a big prominent way. That was this building.
So Richmond is the only one?
Richmond Olympic Oval. We have to have the ongoing permission of the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, to
have
call
the
it,
5 rings.
Well, to have the 5 rings outside the building, and to call it something that says Olympic. Now, there's restrictions that happen with that, but again, in terms of everybody flying in and out of the airport sees the oval, they're reminded of Richmond, they're reminded of the Olympics, in terms of city building, in terms of iconic development in the city of Richmond, there was really no equal to it. And it was controversial leading up to the games and was very, very complicated. But it's certainly, if people weren't persuaded before the games, by the end of the games, they were persuaded this was worth it. This was really something. This was really, really something.
Yeah, go back to the 2030. You talk about this is only
Yes.
very initial discussion.
Yes.
So if Richmond will be included in part of this bidding committee, I mean, what kind of the next step or the message you would like to have the public get involved?
Well, I guess there's two main messages that I would want the public to know about 2030. First of all, in order for us to have any meaningful discussions, the Canadian Olympic Committee and the various organizers have to identify what it is that what role they want for Richmond and for the Richmond Olympic Oval. This has not been established, and we're at a very, very preliminary stage as to what they may want to do and how they would want to do it, and the limits around that. The second message is that before we would embark on the 2030 Olympic Games and that entire project, we would want to have a very good level of public consultation. It's a very major investment by the city, and of course the money we use belongs to the citizens. So we would want those residents to have their say-so as to what they think of this possibility, and also the members of the Richmond Olympic Oval, who would be disrupted in their activities for a good long period of time, a number of months at least. We would want to know what their thoughts are as well. So we have to have them define what they want, so that leads to a business case, and we can look to the entire finances of the situation, but also we want a very healthy dose of public consultation about it.
Are you concerned about the budget? I mean, where will the money coming from? That would be the question people ask.
Well,
yeah.
Budget is a very big thing. I mean, when we built this building, the assurances we gave people is we will not borrow money to build it, and we're not going to use tax dollars to build it. So we had to do other things. We had to look at it from different perspectives. So we were able to sell some land. We were able to use the park development cost charges. We were able to use money from the casino for a period of years. There was a number of different pots that we took the money out of and supplemented the $60 million that we got from VANOC. We had to raise $178 million, but we were able to do it by taking a very positive and constructive approach to this possibility. Now, for the future, which is where you're going on your question, so much depends. The organizers may say, we just want to rent your venue. We want to use the Richmond Olympic Oval, and we want to rent it for a period of time on a certain basis. We would negotiate what that might be. Now, that's a lot different than deciding that we want to have a full venue, like the entertainment zone in Mineru Park last time. We hosted over 500,000 people there. We had Heineken House. I'm sure your friends remember that.
Yes.
I mean, that was a great party house, and it was really commensurate with the experience that we had. So much depends. We just don't know what they have in mind, and through discussions, they have to define it.
Anything else you would like to share with us?
No, I'll just reiterate, 2030 is very early, and we'll see where that one goes. But I certainly have very fond memories of 2010, and I think in terms of our city, what the Olympics did for the city of Richmond, more than any other city, and there were many cities involved, more than any other cities, it was city changing. And we've benefited greatly from it.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
We are.
Yes, very nice talking to you, Mayor. And
thank you, Lisa. It's always a pleasure.
yes, all the best and enjoy the holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And to you too.